What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is one of my subscribers who wanted to get some much needed maintenance done on his 6.7. Come with me tonight while I show you guys how to properly drain the transfer case, what fluid to use, and what new pump you might want to get. Alright guys, let's do this. Alright guys, thanks so much for coming back, tuning in, and figuring out how to keep these things running on the road. We have a 2015 here with about 208,000 miles on it, and we are going to be finishing the job, and that is going to be replacing the transfer case fluid. I've already gone ahead and replaced the primary, replaced the secondary, and did a transmission pan drop and filter replacement. I've already filled up the trans fluid and had to do an oil change, so we are all set except for the completion of the transfer case. So whether you guys are going to be doing this on a hoist or you're going to be doing this on your back, unfortunately today for you guys it's going to be easier for me to show you doing it on a hoist, and that's what we're going to do. The tools needed are going to be a 3/8 ratchet and maybe a 6-inch extension, and a good basin to catch your mets in. All right, well, let's get this truck up. All right, everyone, we are underneath the truck, and let's familiarize yourself with the transfer case. This is the transfer case. Your drive shaft is attached to it, and on the back of the transfer case, you have a drain plug and you have a fill plug. Do not use impact wrench on fill or drain plugs. Please do not use power tools on these. We are breaking them loose by hand, and it's not a 3/8. We're not going to be using a 3/8 extension to turn this. We're going to be getting, we're actually going to be using a 10mm Allen plug socket. This right here. That is what we are going to be using. You guys can either take this off. You can. There's a risk. Some people may not have the tools to do so. They just want to do this. If you take this plug out and float it in the hole, it's going to run down all the way through here and come out this hole here. Then all you'll have to do is just brake clean this whole entire thing. So that is what we are going to do. What I would suggest too, before you start, loosen the fill, take it all the way out, and then come down here and loosen your drain. But before we start draining, we're gonna need to go on a field trip. And I'm sure many of you all have been here, so let's go. Well guys, here we are at Harbor Freight. Let's see, hopefully if they have this in stock so we can do this transfer case drain and fill. Alright, let's see here. We need to go into the automotive section. Let's see. Is this what we want? Nope. This what we want? Nope. I don't see it yet. I don't see it yet. Where's it at? Oh, where is it? Where is it? Is this it? That might be it. My coworker had it. I don't think that's... Oh, that's a battery operated one. Oh, wow. I don't know if you guys need all that, but I found it down here. This is what you guys want to get. Come to Harbor Freight and get you all one of these. This is what I put on my 2.5 gallon DEF jug and fill it up with whatever fluid I want. This is going to be trans fluid because we're going to be filling up the transfer case with new LV. So, all right, well, let's go pay for this and get back to work, and let's get this transfer case filled up. All right, here we are back to the shop and our new pumper. Check it out. I liked using my coworkers, but I used it more than 3 times, and now it's time I buy my own. But it definitely looks very well made for being a Harbor Freight. I like the hose, and what's it say on here? 5 gallon pail pump. but we are not using that. We are going to be using this. This is my 2.5 gallon DEF Rigmarole, and yes, it is going to fit right on there. So that's what we're going to be using to fill up this transfer case on this 15 Super Duty. All right, so once we get proper Allen, we're going to bust the transfer case plug loose. This one's tight. Ugh. It looks like it's got some PTFE sealant on it, which is what we're going to put back on. We're not going to put any silicone. But yeah, there's one plug. And then our drain. You guys can see when you ask about fluid level, you can see how fast it's rushing out right now. So if I'm going to stick my finger in here, I definitely have fluid. Barely and going down, and I have fluid right there. So it is literally right at the fill hole opening. If you have some rushing out when you're filling it, that's not too bad, but you're not going to be putting it in under pressure and then throwing the plug in. So again, that one was tight too. They're real shallow plugs, not that big. And that drain, if we float it in the hole, we can control the drain and then let it go right into the hole on the skid shield. It's going to be about 3 or 4 quarts. And then we got 2 leaks. I forgot about that bloody hole. Guess you can go ahead and plug that with a rag, or get you another basin. I completely forgot about that. See what I mean? Just floating it in the hole. It's going to want to come out, you know, fast right through here, but depending on if you're in your driveway or not, this is the most controlled drain you're going to have, unless you guys can figure out something else. Alright, we're just going to do this until it's all done. Alright, we are all drained. Just a little bit of a mess. We'll brake clean all that off, but let's go over to the bench and get set up to install our new trans fluid. Alright, yes, I said trans fluid. That is the new requirement for the transfer case. We're no longer using transfer case fluid. We're using Mercon LV. Now, this is what you saw us get at Harbor Freight, and this is what we're going to use. Put this all the way down. I'm going to need 2 hands for this. I'm just going to screw that down on here. There we go. We are on. And our little zip tie is busted, so we don't need to get our cutters. But this is our setup right here. This is what we're going to use to pump the new Mercon LV into the transfer case. Now, I did add 5 quarts of trans fluid to the jug. You're not going to use all 5 quarts, but we just want to have enough to complete the fill. So let's go over to the truck and we're going to get this inside. Alright, so we're back here underneath. I'm just going to clean out the threads, just making sure there's no, just liquid oil sitting here. And what I've gone ahead and applied to the fill and drain plugs is Motorcraft thread sealant PTFE, part number TA24B. This is something you guys might want to pick up or use something equivalent, and I just put it on all the threads all the way around. And then I'm going to stick our drain plug back in. Now we're going to tighten the drain plug snug. Right now, this is just before it's about to be snug. Boom, you're done. You don't want to go and crack this case part because you screwed in the drain plug or fill plug too far. Alright, here we go, our new pumper from Harbor Freight, $14.99. We're going to stick that in there like that. And guys, it's as easy as pumping. Here comes the fluid. Here it comes. Now I'm going to tell you this from experience, but I have confidence in its ability to stay in the hole up there. When I was much younger, I wasn't thinking about the harder you push on this, the more faster that hose is going to want to fly out of that hole. So if you guys aren't going to be wanting to make a mess, make sure to hold on to your hose or whatever you are using to dispense your fluid into your transfer case or your diff. I was doing it with fuel. I was filling up a Focus after doing a recall on the fuel pumps. I don't know if you guys ever remember those, but I started going ham bone and pumping the fuel in, and it sprayed right back out. So ever since then, every time I'm doing something like this, I always remember, hey, hold your hose in the hole or don't pump too fast. Now we're about a third of the way through the fluid. I'm just going to keep filling until we start getting just a smidge of a dribble. You guys saw when I took the fill out that not a lot of fluid raced out. So we want to try to achieve the same amount of fluid level. I really like this pumper for $14.99. I think it was very well worth my drive and my money. I didn't get it from Snap-on or Cornwell or Matco, so sometimes Harbor Freight stuff's okay. Almost, I feel like we're almost there. Let's see, just because I want to know, because I never looked. So if I'm pumping this, how fast is the fluid actually coming out? Okay. Just so we know. I didn't really know how much fluid was actually coming out. So, any day, Martha. I'd say we're oh, there it is right there. There it is right there. Do not put any more transfer case fluid in if you're starting to leak just like that. I am satisfied with that. I know you guys are asking why are you putting that in with fluid in the threads. What I've found is if you put that PTFE on like 5 minutes before you're going to put it in the hole, it gets real tacky and almost like a glue. That trans fluid ain't going to do nothing. It'll seal right up. So what I'm going to do to even clean this up further is I'm going to hit that with some brake clean. But don't forget to tighten your fill. We're going to go like this. Okay, it's starting to get snug right now. This pole is going to get snug, just like we did the bottom. Snug, done. No more. Don't tighten it anymore. Now I'm going to come back here with some brake clean, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do, or how I am going to clean it. Okay, brake clean. It's going to totally douse the whole area. Remember, we got it all on this black thing. Here comes all of our transfer case fluid. Brake clean, real easy way to clean it all up. I'm going to need to fill up my can right now. Just going to keep hosing it down until we get nothing but clean brake clean falling out. I want to see any more nasty transfer case fluid. Charging it up with air. Look at all that nasty stuff. something that's often forgotten. It's a fluid that is going to be used when your transfer case is working, so we got to make sure to keep that replaced and fresh. Again, the new fluid is Motorcraft LV trans fluid. We're not using transfer case fluid anymore. But that, my friends, is how you replace your transfer case fluid. Drain and fill Motorcraft LV. Please don't forget to do this. Let me know in the comment section if any of you guys have successfully done this in your driveway, or if you had to pay someone to do it. Or are you going to book your appointment with me to get this done? Let me know in the comment section. Reach out to my email, and let's get you in here to get this stuff changed out. Remember to like, comment, sub, share. I'll catch you guys all next time. See you.